Whichever livestock enterprise your future income is determined by, your ability to produce healthy livestock is paramount. Increased profitability is achieved by enhanced performance. A sound nutritional program is essential to accomplish this. Grass and other forage must be supplemented for optimum results. There is a wide variety of supplements and blocks on the market. Which is the best for your livestock? Which will give you the best animal performance? The best return on your investment? Which feed system is best for your needs? The best solution is Crystalyx. The rumen process within an animal determines that efficient production demands a steady supply of nutrients. The difference between Crystalyx and other supplements is the power of continuous nutrient delivery.
Oh, I think we've been using Crystalyx blocks since they come out nearly. It's a good few years now since we started using them.
We put Crystalyx out for the sheep for the first time this winter.
We've been using the Crystalyx blocks. It's a high magnesium one. It must be 7-8 years now we've been using it.
I've been using Crystalyx for, well, 20 years.
Simple, wholesome ingredients are used to produce Crystalyx. Molasses, vegetable fats, proteins, minerals and trace elements. Blending, cooling and vacuum procedures are operated by highly trained personnel using a process protected by international patent. This results in a highly palatable, low moisture, toffee-like substance, unlike any other supplement on the market today. No special containers are required. Crystalyx is available in the portable 16.6 kilogram form, complete with edible packaging, and also as a cost-effective 80 kilogram tublix in a tough reusable plastic container.
We've used magnesium Crystalyx for about maybe 5-6 years now, and we just use the small blocks, and we take a lot of grazings out about, and it was a lot of work. You had to fill the back of the land over with all these little wee boxes of licks, but this year we'll go into the big tubs, and it will be a lot of labour, time saved using the big tubs and the small ones.
I bring my silage bales up on a 3-point linkage on a spike on a tractor every day, and I haven't got a front end loader, so it's more convenient to carry the small blocks at the moment, but I may be looking into it that the big blocks will be more convenient to feed. I won't have to feed them every day.
Both sizes of Crystalyx are easily handled.
The Crystalyx blocks are in very handy packs, so I have no problem moving them around the field, which stops any poaching of the ground.
Crystalyx tubs, high energy tubs, are handy to move about. You know, you can just put them in the motorbike trailer and go with them wherever you want.
Crystalyx should be placed in accessible locations. They are convenient to use at pasture, in cubicles or any other feeding areas.
They're all right. We just put them on the front of the loader to fetch them in, and we take them off the wagon with the stacker. Just put one on the thing, on the loader when we want them in, and that's it. Like, they're easy enough handled.
Been very convenient to use, and they seem to stop the staggers. We hadn't any staggers last year.
The self-limiting nature of the product ensures no overconsumption.
Scarce of grass and that they do eat more of the block, but which I suppose is doing the more good. The other thing, there's often young calves at that time, and it doesn't seem to harm them at all either. It seems to help them.
They use between 120 at about 2 tublix a month. to 6 months.
I think the intake depends a lot on the weather. If the weather's harsher, the ewes do take more than Crystalyx. So yes, it is I would say related to the weather quite a bit.
Crystalyx cannot be bitten or chewed, ensuring it is consumed evenly. This is of great benefit to animals with poor appetites, such as shy feeders, older stock and broken-mouthed ewes.
Well, there are two main benefits for older ewes. One, they don't damage the teeth on the block because they only lick it. And the other one, the older ewes tend to have more multiple births and are therefore more prone to twin lamb.
I don't have no trouble with ewes eating Crystalyx, as it's there on offer for them 24 hours a day. They all seem to have their fair share. With feeding concentrates, there usually are some shy feeders, but with this there seems to be no problem.
Especially with in-lamb ewes before lambing, you know, any shy feeders have tended to get stuck into the Crystalyx blocks, and that's kept their energy levels up.
They all take them. There isn't any that stands back and doesn't take them. They're all. At some time you'll see every cow licking at them.
Crystalyx is windproof, waterproof and unlikely to be trampled upon by stock.
In wet conditions, Crystalyx performs very, very well. Alternative feeds break down with the weather. Crystalyx forms a small amount of water, but the animals drink it off very quickly.
The Crystalyx were no problem at all in recent bad weather. You know, other blocks we've tended to use in the past have melted, but the Crystalyx held up really well.
The cardboard box does deteriorate over time, like, but the blocks will down before that happens, really.
Crystalyx is unaffected by the weather. If it rains, the water lies on the top and the horses lick it off the top of the block.
The nature of the product ensures very little wastage.
We just put these out in the field and pulled the plastic top off. You know, the plastic sheet was on the top, and the ewes took them right away. And if there was any water on the top, you could either tip it off or they would drink it off. It didn't matter. You know, it wasn't a problem at all.
No wastage.
They eat it all right to the bottom.
No wastage at all with the tops, just simple.
As opposed to liquid feeds, it is very easy to use, saving time and labour costs.
We was using liquid before, and we'd feed them every day with liquid, fill the dishes and fill the drums, and it's always saving time.
I went back to Crystalyx because the cane molasses was making such a mess on the sheep, and they were puddling around the feeders. So I went back to R.M. Jones for Crystalyx.
Before the blocks come out, we use the liquid feed to supplement them. But we find that the blocks are so fairly expensive. It does a job better than the liquid feed.
Animals should be allowed free access to Crystalyx, ensuring numerous visits over a long period of time, giving a continuous nutrient delivery.
I tend to put the Crystalyx blocks out just alongside the sheep feed troughs, so they're available to the sheep when they come to feed.
Foragers are sadly lacking in the minerals and trace elements needed for high-performance, healthy livestock.
We've always been aware on this holding that certain minerals are deficient. For example, selenium. One of the youngsters did have a selenium deficiency problem as a foal and has been very irritable at times since. Since we've used Crystalyx, his temperament's improved and his coat's improved, and I'm sure that's due to the correct balance of minerals and vitamins in the product.
We have wanted to use a block because of the ability to feed the animals copper, selenium and cobalt. Our other alternative is to give it orally. This is a much more satisfactory method of doing it.
You can't build up a store of it. Something they've got to have every day, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's the whole point of putting the blocks in now. Get some use with them, get some supply of magnesium before they go out, and it also keeps them going while they are out. That's the whole point of the exercise, and it looks to be working very, very well.
Crystalyx only contains 1 to 2% moisture, while many blocks have as much as 15 to 24% water. Crystalyx Extra High Energy has even more megajoules per kilo than pure glucose.
Mature Crystalyx ewes can be approaching 120 kilos when they come up to lambing, and the Crystalyx blocks are an excellent idea to get extra energy into the ewes before the lamb.
Crystalyx has no fibre, no water and no waste. High sugar content in Crystalyx stimulates the rumen fermentation process to increase dry matter intake and maximise the potential of homegrown forages. Even the value of straw is enhanced by Crystalyx.
When the cattle were on solely silage, they were getting too fat. With the strong Crystalyx, I found that they've kept a really good store condition and good bloom, and they grow.
Like many quality products, Crystalyx may look expensive, but the little and often feeding pattern gives an economic and low daily cost.
Having used Crystalyx now for 8 months, we find that it is as competitive as giving the animals compound feed, but over the period of time it's much, much cheaper.
It was going to cost us a great lot at the start, you know. Thought it was going to be an expensive job, but it's steadied up now and it's all right, like.
Well, everything you buy is expensive nowadays, but if it saves that too, it's always cheaper.
I find them economic to use. I know they're expensive, but if you want good value for money, you may as well pay for it. There's no point in cheap jacking around, is it?
The sturdy Tublex container also has a number of other uses.
The use for the empty tubs, we tend to use those as water containers when we're putting animals into housing.
Flower pots, feed tubs, and water tubs.
Crystalyx improves animal health, condition and performance, and is cost effective. A little goes a long, long way.
The Crystalyx blocks help prevent milk fever and staggers all year round.
The calves is coming born lively and they're onto the feet quick, sucking. So up to now I'm quite satisfied with them.
Using Crystalyx, it's the first year I haven't had any twin lamb disease.
Well, the benefits I find from using Crystalyx are that the ewes keep a lot better condition. We don't seem to have no mineral trouble, nor no twin lamb trouble, and we seem to have tidy sized lambs from using the same lamb.
From our experience with a great number of different forms of feedlot, I think the Crystalyx block certainly has an advantage over many of the others in that it is a very palatable feedlot, which means that intakes, I would suspect, would be higher in situations where competitors' blocks might in fact be quite low.
Crystalyx, it's 100% pure, dense nutrition. It's self-limiting. There are no chemical intake limiters. There are no binders or fillers. It contains only 1 to 2% water, there's no waste, and it is backed by extensive research.
Well, there's a particular advantage in that molasses are positively attractive. In contrast, in some other blocks, the large quantities of salt are included to limit the intake by animals.
Crystalyx, a unique and powerful tool to secure better profits from homegrown feeds.